End of the 2020 season, but a contract extension is on a lot of minds in Dallas. Stephen Jones told Pro Football Talk that there's no timeline on when a deal would get done, but he said a new contract is a priority. Zeke has led the league in rushing twice in his first 3 seasons, and Jones added, quote, "He's the straw that stirs our drink. He's a key part of what we're about." Shannon, what do you make of those comments?
That's what Stephen said, Skip. I didn't say that.
No.
I've been saying it. All Stephen Jones did was confirm. And we like confirmation, Skip. You know, you get confirmation, you get a travel airline, or you get a rent-a-car, hotel. You like when they send you that, get your email and send you that confirmation. I love the confirmation because what Stephen Jones confirmed is what everybody, with the exception of one, Skip Bayless, knows, is that Ezekiel Elliott is the straw. And I'm talking about that plastic straw, not that paper stuff they give you now that's wet halfway through and you end up drinking out the glass. That plastic one, the ones you stir it up and it's still real
Better
good.
For the environment.
Yeah, don't worry about the environment. We'll talk about the environment in a minute, Jim.
Okay.
But anyway, Skip Bayless, look. The Dallas Cowboys drafted Ezekiel Elliott for one simple reason. They wanted to run the football because what they saw, Tony Romo had his greatest statistical season in 2014. And what did they have in the backfield? They had DeMarco Murray. They said Ezekiel Elliott is better than DeMarco Murray. And if he can run us to this, there's no telling. Zeke can take us to infinity and beyond. So that's what they did. And somehow you lost sight of that. If you want to win, put Zeke in. Because your guy, Skip, you know what? When Zeke was suspended for 6 games, your guy could have shut up everybody. All the criticism would have went away had he done what you said he could do, which he didn't do. When Ezekiel Elliott is running the football, they are a very good football team. But when he running it great with those 3 all-pro offensive linemen, they're great. So,
interesting.
If I'm Ezekiel Elliott, I say, Steve, you say I'm the drink? You say I'm the straw? Well, clearly you don't want to drink anything. Because unless y'all give me a contract this stitch, ain't nobody going to be drinking nothing. All the sugar going to be on the top, on the bottom. So you better, you know you stir things up, that sweet tea, you got to get that sugar, because there's a lot of sugar getting in the bottom. You got to stir it up. Ain't nobody drinking nothing.
So if he's the straw that stirs the drink, what was Stephen Jones' conclusion? We have no timetable to give Zeke a deal because they have prioritized getting Dak signed first. What does his actions tell you? What does that tell you?
Well, look.
They have prioritized the quarterback. Why is that?
Because the quarterback is a free agent after this year. At least they have a 5th-year option on Zeke. But I tell you what, well, you go ahead and prioritize everything that you want to prioritize. But let me tell you what I'm going to prioritize. I'm going to prioritize my health. Because every game that I play, that's one game closer I am to ending it all. So you guess what? Y'all going to do y'all thing. Y'all take care of Dak. I want y'all to take care of my homeboy. I'm going to be over here chilling.
I realize how much you hate Dak Prescott. And
I don't hate him. Stop saying
I can't get you over that, but that's okay. But the last time I checked, I don't know, I've been covering this league since, I don't know, like 1974. And every place I've ever been, every camp I've ever been to, every team I've ever covered, the priority was we need to run the football. What did the Patriots do really well? What did they do really well through their playoff run?
Run the ball.
They ran the football. Yep. So is Sony Michel the straw that stirs the drink, or is it Rex Burkhead or James White? I don't know.
Are you comparing those guys to Zeke?
I'm just saying, I don't know. Sony Michel was up around 100 yards every play. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what. You think would the Cowboys be willing to trade you Sonny Michel for Zeke?
No, I'm just saying every team has to skin the cat, so to speak. I don't know where that came from, but everybody knows what it means.
Yes.
Different ways. There are different ways to accomplish.
But that's the only way for the Cowboys to win is with Zeke.
Okay, now let's get back to the famous or infamous line, which was first uttered by one Reggie Jackson, the great Reggie Jackson. We had him on our show about a year or so ago. But Reggie Jackson, 1977 as a New York Yankee, June of 77, told Sport Magazine, "I'm the straw that stirs the drink." Not Thurman Munson, who was the captain of the Yankees, God rest his soul, but Reggie said, "I'm the straw that stirs the drink." And that quote became part of sports lexicon, the straw that stirs the drink. I never got the quote in the first place. What do you mean you're the straw that stirs the drink? That's not a very big deal to me.
Yeah, it is.
Because the drink is way more important than the straw.
No.
It's like saying, You're the spoon that stirs the soup, right?
Yeah.
You're the soup spoon. So would you rather have the soup or the spoon? I think I'll take the soup because the soup's going to be really good without the spoon.
Clearly, you don't know anything.
You can just pick up the bowl and just drink the soup without the spoon. Am I right?
No.
Yeah,
clearly, you don't know anything.
You can eat the soup any way you want to eat it.
You know what, Skip Ellis? I can tell right now you don't really know the whole thing about the kitchen, and you come from a family of cooks.
Yeah,
but you don't know nothing about
long line. My brother's one of the most famous chefs in the country, but I don't know a thing about it because I can't boil water in the microwave.
Exactly. But anybody that knows anything about sweet tea, you got to stir it or all your sugar will be down at the bottom. And nobody likes that. And they know certain...
You could stir it with your finger. You could stir it...
Put your finger in the drink.
You could do anything.
No.
You don't even need a straw.
And then some things, you want to be able to stir it because you don't want it to settle on the top. So you stir it. You know what, Skip? I'm trying to talk.
Would you rather have the sweet tea or the sugar? The sweet tea's already sweet. You don't put sugar in sweet tea.
Well, you ain't had the right.
Every time I've been to the Masters in Augusta, Georgia, they give you sweet tea. You can barely even drink it because it's so sweet.
That's how we do it.
You put sugar in it?
That's how we do it.
You don't need sugar in sweet tea.
Oh, yeah.
You need sugar in iced tea.
You need a 5-pound bag for sweet tea.
I don't know. So the point here is he's throwing a little bone to Zeke like, oh, you're the straw that stirs
Throw me a $30 million bone.
But the drink is Dak. The drink has always been Dak, which is why they have prioritized making Dak the #1 contractual
That drink
goal.
is bitter. That drink will make you spit it out without that little straw to stir it.
Okay, let's look at the 2 Cowboy playoff games, shall we? How about the Seattle game? Dak was, he's pretty good, 22 of 33 for 226. But who made the plays down? And by the way, Zeke had a pretty big game, 26 for 137. It was pretty good, pretty good.
Okay.
But Dak had a QBR of 74 to Russell Wilson's 70, so he outplayed the great Russell Wilson, who now has the highest contract in the league.
Well, when you get to a Super Bowl, because in the same amount of time,
He's only been 3 years in the league, and he didn't have the
Russell had a Super Bowl. Russell had a Super Bowl year 2.
Has Dallas had the Legion of Boom? I don't think.
Look at your offensive line. Y'all had y'all beast mode with Zeke.
Okay. So what happened in that game against Seattle? Who made all the big plays down the stretch? 3rd and 14 from the 17.
That was one.
Okay.
That was one play.
Who did that? And then he ran the ball in for the winning touchdown. It was the quarterback. Why has the quarterback led the National Football League over the last 3 years in game-winning drives in the 4th quarter or overtime? It's because he's really both the drink and the straw that stirs it in the 4th quarter.
How many of those game-winning drives came in Zeke Elliott's absence? That's what we need to talk about, Jenny. Well, I don't know why we're talking about this.
Speaking of Zeke's absence, Jenny was sitting in the stands this night at the Coliseum playoff game number 2 against the Rams. The final score was 30-22.
You're not going to let me live that down.
No, I'm not. But you were there and you jinxed me, but it's okay.
Fine. It's totally fine.
What happened in that game? Dak had a QBR of 84 to Jared Goff's 57.
Yes.
And Dak threw for 266 and a touchdown with no interceptions, while Zeke went 20 rushes for a grand total of 47 yards. Dak almost brought them back and won the game without any Zeke because he's the drink. He's the quarterback. By just position alone, he's far more valuable than Ezekiel Elliott. It's why the great Mel Kiper always says, you can't draft a running back that high.
Yes, you can.
And I was okay with this one, the 4th overall pick, because you strengthened a strength. You had the offensive line, and you put Zeke behind
Skip, that's why they built that offensive line. Not only to protect Tony Romo because he was becoming more fragile by the play, but was to run the football and play action pass off of it.
Okay.
So now I have no problem. If you want to take a guy like Ezekiel Elliott, you want to take a guy like an Adrian Peterson or LaDainian Tomlinson, Skip, those are game changers. Those are not just backs. Okay. Those are backs that run you to playoffs, to Super Bowls. Those are those, if you can get adequate quarterback play. Christian Ponder with Adrian Peterson rushed for 2,000 yards. Christian Ponder ain't taking you nowhere.
Okay.
But Skip, you need to stop this notion.
I need to start it because I need to drive home the fact of how wrong you really are. What was the biggest home win of the year? There were actually 2 of them, but the biggest division home was against Philadelphia.
Sure.
Dak Prescott threw for 455 yards in that game.
What did Zeke do?
Zeke had a pretty good game. 28 for 113, but the guy who threw the football won the...
How many receiving?
He caught 12 balls for 79 yards, but it's because the quarterback's throwing it to him.
Oh, don't do that.
He has to pick him out and throw him accurate, catchable passes.
Skip, do you know when Zeke Elliott hit 20 carries, They're 20-4. Let that sink in for just a second.
I could do that with any team running for 100 yards. Yes, you can.
No, I didn't say nobody 100 yards.
What was the biggest upset of the year in the National Football League? It was a Thursday night, Dallas over New Orleans, when it looked like New Orleans was just rolling, right? It looked like they were going to win out. They were going to go 15-1, and all of a sudden, Dak Prescott had a QBR of 73 to Drew Brees' 16 in that game.
What did Zeke do?
Dak went 24-28 for 249. Zeke went 23 for 75. It's just okay. He's the drink. The drink is the quarterback. The quarterback's going to get the money.
Drew had an all-time worst game. I mean, all you can hope. Let that sink in, Skip. They won 13-10. And Drew Brees had an opportunity to stop this notion that all of a sudden the Cowboys were like this behemoth and they blew the Saints out. That didn't happen.
Okay, I'll give you every once in a while, the straw can kind of stir up the drink and make it taste a little bit better.
A lot of bit better.
But the drink is the drink. Even if you don't stir it, it's pretty good.
No.
It's actually very good. The soup is still the soup without the spoon. Yes, it is.
I mean,
huh?
First of all, you can't just. I wish I might see somebody out in public and they turn the bowl up to their face and drink it. I wish I might.
I was just making an example that you'd say, this is really good soup. I don't have a spoon. I'm just going to drink it.
I would say
it's really good. You'd splash it all over your face.
No.
It would drop. You'd need a bib to drink it like that because it would go everywhere. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Stir it with a straw.
Hey, what you do with coffee? What you do with coffee?
Zeke,
everybody stir that coffee, don't they, Jenny? You add a little cream, you add a little sugar, whatever else you put in it.
What do you stir it with?
I put Baileys in my coffee. I don't know what y'all do with y'all, but I stir it up.
You do?
What do you stir it with?
Just like a little stir.
Little stir.
Yeah.
So you're comparing Zeke to the little stir. It's a little piece of wood, right?
It's a little piece of wood.
It's a little piece of wood. Zeke's a little piece of wood.
No, what I'm saying is
I love Zeke, but he's a little piece of wood.
You need that to, be stirred. I mean, so who puts cream in coffee? Who puts sugar? Or what, like I said, a little Baileys in my
If you're putting Baileys in your coffee, I don't think you care how that thing is mixed
I want to say, I want that flavor all the way through.
Yeah.
I just don't want it at the bottom.
Would the Baileys still take hold if you just use your finger to stir it up?
We're moving on. Did Steph Curry cost the Warriors a Game 3 win? No more stirring talk. Chris Broussard, he's going to answer that question next.